right.
There you go. Welcome back. Welcome back.
About
Welcome
my
back.
safety up here.
And why would he do that?
Well, because Steve noticed that big thing sticking out there that looks like it's going to crash on my head one of these days. That thing that you've been hoping.
That's for skateboarding.
Whatever. Yeah. So I hope you didn't miss the omelet brunch.
Oh, the
I made another
segment.
And when I added the brandy myself, it went much better, by the way.
You know, watching
the South over there put in too much brandy. That's what it was.
No.
You dumped way too much brandy.
We ran out of brandy.
Because you were drinking it.
Well, so.
Okay, so anyway, don't miss the omelet brunch. I'm going to have to go cook those. I've got tennis that day, but I may be able to go cook a few. It'd be fun. I enjoyed it last time. Mm-hmm. Or you not?
He's telling me something. But
he's telling you something. We're not turned on here?
No, we're on.
Well, we already have some more. We do have some more people to speak to.
We do.
We have,
we have
Karen Westby and Alice Snyder.
And there they are.
There they are. And they have shirts representing the fact that they are the North Central Arkansas Audubon Society, the Audubon Society of North Central Arkansas, which we know is an international organization.
True.
And this is, how long has the group been here in Mountain Home?
I think they started in the early 90s.
1990. We've been a part of the National Audubon Society.
Okay.
Now, are you just bird watchers? Strictly, or are you?
No, not really. We concentrate on birds as part of the natural environment, but we really foster educating people on the environment and how to maintain a natural environment.
Okay. And birds are a big part of that, though, aren't they?
Correct. If humans are happy, the birds will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We take care of the humans would take care of the birds.
So do you meet every month or every week, or how do you do?
We meet the second Monday of almost every month. We meet at the Redeemer Lutheran Church in Mountain Home at 1 o'clock. We also produce a quarterly newsletter, which I was going to show you a copy of. It has information about events that we do. It has information on past events. A lot of great information about mostly birds that we concentrate on in this newsletter. It's published quarterly, and if anybody would like to receive an email with this as attachment, you can email us at ncaudubonarc@aol.com.
There we go. Just leave that up for a second.
Yeah.
I want to ask you. You were talking about getting an email from that. Can you look at the newsletter online somewhere, or can you email it to them?
You can also look at the newsletter on our Facebook page.
Okay.
There will be documents there will be a link out there to the quarterly newsletter.
Okay.
And you can just search Facebook for Audubon Society, North Central Arkansas, however you want to search it. And it'll pop up there, and you'll be able to get that information on Facebook as well.
Now, what do you guys do at the meetings? I mean, you just sit and chat for an hour or so, or do you have programs?
Well, that's part of it.
Right.
That's always fun part for any organization. But we usually have a speaker come in and talk about something that conservation. Sandy has come and talked about the history of Arkansas. Sometimes we have the rangers, the interpreters from the state park. Forest Service. So we try to keep it around the environment, the conservation, and the birds. We usually have something we call the bird of the month. Someone might research a bird, and then share that information.
Is there a bird that's elusive in this area that you'd like to see?
Oh, well, that is a baited question because you're thinking about the ivory-billed woodpecker.
Okay. So there are some rare species in this area that are hard to find. You know they're here.
Well, that's up to debate.
That's the one
every
that
so
was
often,
near
that's
Brinkley,
the
right?
one that would be down south in the bayou.
People think they have seen, but they really think it's an extinct species. But
like
people have reported
story,
sightings of it, but they haven't been able to verify those sightings.
So there have been no photograph sightings.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, blurry photographs.
Okay, so it's like it's an ivory-billed.
Yeah. Everybody wants to claim that they've seen one because that would be really big news. But
so people think that this bird is extinct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the
so
thought.
So it's nowhere in the world, but people think that they see it from time to time.
That's correct.
Okay. Right.
I think people sometimes like to pass off a pileated woodpecker
as the same species. Yeah.
Ivory-billed, yes.
Yeah.
They're very similar in looks
and size.
So from a far distance, you could imagine that you might be seeing an ivory-billed.
Well, so the distances are sometimes so incredibly. You'd have to be pretty doggone close to be positive of a lot of it. I'm basically like looking at your shirt. I know a cardinal, and I might know a bluebird, and that would really be it.
An interesting species to see would be like an indigo bunting here. They're a beautiful bird. I don't know,
because that's
think it's on her shirt.
No, that's
but,
not on there.
It's a very colorful, bright blue and greens and yellows, and they are in this area.
Yeah.
Some people do see them, so that would be to me a great sighting of a bird in this area. It's not a very prolific bird, so if you do see one, you're very lucky to see one.
Now you have a hummingbird on
I have
your
a hummingbird,
shirt, and I love hummingbirds, and we feed them every year.
Correct.
But we don't really know when to feed them until we actually see one come around.
That's about how you know,
Yeah.
although there is a website, and I'm afraid I don't know
Okay.
I think it's
what
called
it is.
hummingbirds.net. It
Okay,
actually
but it
will track
follows.
the migration
Okay, so
paths
they're
of the
migrating
hummingbirds.
birds.
Right now they are in migration. They have already been spotted in
Okay.
Arkansas,
Now where do they go?
South America.
Okay, so those little
Those things fly a long ways and all the way over the Gulf of Mexico.
That's an amazing bird, really, because I did some research on that, and they're really not supposed to fly, and they're really not supposed to live on the nutrition that they get. I mean, they get, they burn it up so quickly.
Well, that's why we all put those little hummingbird feeders. And
that's what's important about the migration path is if you have your feeder out there while they're migrating, those birds will stop and refuel as on their way to wherever they're headed.
They stay for a while, don't they? I mean,
they could stay for a couple days, maybe up to a week. But
they're hungry little boogers.
We have them.
The ones that are migrating will go up into Canada and the northern United States, and then of course you'll have the ones that will stay here all summer.
Yeah.
So this is their territory. They
Okay.
come back to this territory.
well, one year we had quite a few, and then the next year we just had one or two. So they may have lived
Maybe your
with
stuff
relatives.
was
down
It
south.
varies, I think, according to the year and the temperature.
Yeah, my stuff is always good.
Is your stuff always? I was going to say maybe one year it was like cruddy nectar and nobody came. They told and said, skip that house. I
I put a little bourbon in my nectar.
A little brandy. It's brandy we've got over there.
Whatever.
The drunk hummingbirds.
Yeah, that would be a scary thing.
Oh, goodness.
It wouldn't fly very
gracious.
well.
No, they wouldn't.
Do you ever go out and do? I'm sure you go out and do day trips, and do you look at wildflowers too? And is that kind of crossover?
Yeah,
into
I mean, we
what
do.
your
We
society
do
does?
organize field trips as part of this organization. So we will actually do some trips concentrate on birds, and of course, when we're out there observing birds, we're looking at wildlife, other wildlife, and at flowers and at plants, and we have a lot of people that have lots of knowledge around all those areas that can inform us on what we're looking at as we partake in these field trips. So.
Is there something coming up, or are you just here to maybe?
Yes.
You want to talk about your event? Okay,
Yes,
go
we
ahead.
do have an event coming up on the 14th of April. One of the things that our local chapter of Audubon does is help give scholarships to 11 and 12-year-old kids to go to an ecology camp. And we have some fundraisers that help us get the money for this. And we thought on the 14th, we have a lady from the Arkansas Audubon Society, and they are the ones that run the camp. It's located down at just west of Hot Springs on Lake Clear Fork, or Camp Clear Fork. It's a Forest Service camp. And it's for 11 and 12-year-olds. There are 2 summer sessions, usually in June, and they're 5 days long, each one of those sessions. And if some children, they choose 10 to 12 kids from one session as they're 11 and 12. If they're really interested and show some promise in this, they can go the next year to a senior camp.
Okay.
And they've just started one that would be the advanced advanced.
Is there a limit on this beginner class?
Is there a limit?
Is there a limit on how many people can go? Or?
They take up to 50 kids per class.
Okay.
So the classes do fill up pretty quickly. The ones for this year are already full. So we're kind of talking about trying to get people interested for next year. The applications have to be in by March 31st for those camps the following June. So we're already past that date. But the event that we're having at the library is really to educate, anybody in the Mountain Home area or wherever can come and attend, find out how you can apply to get your kids, your grandkids, or whoever to attend these camps. And so there'll be lots of great information provided. And we're going to have some light refreshments and some door prizes, and it should be a really fun event.
Before we run out of time, let's tell the people again where the dates and times are going to be for this event.
The date will be Saturday, April 14th, and it will be from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock in the morning. It'll be at the Donald W. Reynolds Library right here in Mountain Home.
Okay.
And we really want to invite the general public, parents, teachers, grandparents, who would have children that would really be interested in this. Sometimes the teachers know which kid likes the science, and they can recommend these children and let them know about the camp. And like I said, our fundraising is mostly pointed towards sponsoring some children for this camp.
All right. Sounds like a great event. Saturday, April 14th, right?
That's
Look
correct.
at those little Cub Scouts
we got
over there.
direction over there to tell us we need to take a break. Oh boy, we're running way out. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to take a break because our directors,
they're telling us they're doing that over there. We've got floor directors today.
Should they give us some applause? Okay.
Applaud us out, guys.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, now last time we had Boy Scouts here, they said